right, a very good evening to you and welcome to Breaking Today. My name is Frederick Muitiriri. Our sign language interpreter tonight is Teresia Washira. Of course, it's a day before MASHUJAA Day celebrations that is happening tomorrow in KISII County. We have Emmanuel Terrell who will be coming to us live in a short while. But first, the highlights. All set ahead of the 11th MASHUJAA Day celebrations in KISII County. Women leaders have hit out at politicians conducting early campaigns and those opposing the BBI report. And 10 chiefs interdicted in KURIA as government steps fight against FGM. All right, welcome to the broadcast. Once again, just to remind you, we are live on Facebook, Twitter, and on YouTube as Switch TV Kenya. Also, you can talk to me via our SMS line. That is 111 444 111. Tell me, where are you watching Switch TV from? Now, Malindi MP AISHA JUMWA and her aide Geoffrey Otieno will spend MASHUJAA Day holiday in custody after the court remanded them for 3 more days. JUMWA and Otieno, her co-accused, were to answer murder charges today, but did not do as such because they had not undergone a mental assessment test. Vicky Mugambi with the story.
High Court Judge Njoki Mwangi has directed that Malindi Member of Parliament AISHA JUMWA and her aide Geoffrey Otieno to be remanded at the Port Police before they are presented for mental health assessment at the Coast General Hospital on Wednesday.
The procedure in this court is that all accused persons must undergo pre-bail assessment and psychiatric examination before plea can be taken.
Mombasa Assistant Director of Public Prosecution Alois Kemo had earlier told the court not to grant JUMWA and her aide a bond since they had ignored the summons. Kemo said that JUMWA and her co-accused had been issued with summon to present themselves for mental health assessment but failed to do so. JUMWA is accused of fatally injuring Gumbao Jola, who was shot dead during Ganda Ward in Malindi constituency by-election in 2019. Gumbao Jola, 48, died upon arrival at Malindi General Hospital. Vicky Mugambi reporting for Switch TV.
Thank you, Vicky. The preparations for MASHUJAA Day celebrations are over and the KISII National Stadium will be host to the national event to be held tomorrow. However, this year's public ceremony is different from other years since you will require a card invitation in order for you to attend the function. But Cliff Siko reports.
The preparations for the MASHUJAA Day are over. The stadium is ready to host the first ever MASHUJAA celebrations to be marked under strict health restrictions brought about by the spread of the COVID-19. Unlike previous years where Kenyans would attend the function in larger numbers, this year MASHUJAA Day will only be attended by 4,000 people strictly under the card invitation, a move that seems to rub some KISII residents the wrong way.
Hatuna sela tunaweza mpata ili hao vijana wadogo naye watoe maoni yao. Sasa hatuchui chinzi kwa sababu tumesikia kuna hatuwezi ingia pale. Tunashindwa ni nani tunaweza tuma katika hii kwa kati tukiongea na vijana wale.
Na wakati watu walikuwa wanaalikwa, inasemekana kwamba kuna watu 1400 ambao wataingia pale, walialikwa kupitia kadi. Wao ulikuwa wapi kupewa hiyo kadi ndio uende ukatoe maoni yako?
Hiyo kadi ilikuwa ni shida kwa sababu kama ulikuwa unajulikana uwezipendwa. Hata ukipenda uwezi pewa hiyo kadi, ilikuwa ni kupeana chinzi uwe bila unajulikana.
Na sisi wenyewe tunaomba tu tuone rais, hata rais aseme aje atufungulie hata mradi yote tu hivi, hata sisi tusaidike. Ama ni aje watu wangu. Si ndio hiyo sasa. Hivyo ndio nilikuwa nataka kusema.
Hiyo 1400 pia hiyo ikiwa 1400 hiyo ni kiwango kwa watu ambao wanaingia stadium. Lakini pia na wengine watahudhuria ni vile wako ndani na kuangalia kwenye runga iko sawa.
Nyanza Regional Commissioner Magu Mutindika has urged motorists to comply with the traffic police in order to avoid congestion within the central business district.
KISII Road, they are expected to drop the people at the KISII University. We have Nyamera KISII Road, they are supposed to drop their people or their passengers at Jogo Primary School And if there will be an excess, they are supposed to take them to ATC.
Patriotism is not something you can be just given. It's something you develop from inside. That you love your country so much that you're willing to offer selfless service to your country.
While addressing the media, the government spokesperson Cyrus Oguna has thanked all those who are playing essential roles in helping Kenyans during these tough times of the spread of the COVID-19 and urged Kenyans to observe all the health guidelines while attending tomorrow's function.
Those people who will be entering the stadium, from yesterday, they have been issued with cans. We have cans of about 4,000 people. Those who will be seated inside. And they will use the various gates.
For those who will not be able to make it to the stadium, screens have been mounted at various strategic places in KISII town to allow them follow the ceremony. The preparation for MASHUJAA Day are finished, and it is here where 4,000 people will gather in order to celebrate this occasion. Reporting for Switch TV from KISII County, I'm Wycliffe Siko.
Thank you, Siko in KISII County. So we'll be coming live to you with Manuel Terrain in just a short while. But before that, as Kenya marks her 11th MASHUJAA Day celebration since the inauguration of the new constitution in the year 2010, the story of Mama Miriam Kisio cannot go untold, as she is one of the Maasai women who fought for independence. Mama Kisio was married to late Major General Kurito Ole Kisio in 1950, where together with her husband participated in the Mau Mau secret activities within Oloporil area in current Narok North Sub-County. Andrew Okero tells us more.
Major Ole Kisio was a renowned veteran war hero as he participated in the Second World War from 1939 to 1945 and continued to serve in the British Army until the 1949 when he opted to quit the job to join Mau Mau when it was then a secret organization. When Switch TV visited the home of Mama Kisio, who is in her late 90s, she vividly recalls her struggle for her country to gain independence despite her age. She recalls when she got married to General Kisio in 1950s, the husband, who was actively involved in Mau Mau activities, sensed that her younger wife could be in trouble because of her colonial movement and took her to hiding in Morijo area in Narok South Sub-County.
Mimi nilikuwa msitu, mama msitu, na nilikuwa na watoto. Basi sasa nikaja vile mbele kwa kumbwa nikiwa huko.
By the time of arrest, Mama Kisio was 5 months pregnant with their second-born son, and she remembers being taken by 2 askaris, one black and another white, to Narok prison, then known as Jela Kubwa. In the prison, she recalls meeting other people who had been arrested from Nakuru County. However, after a few days, all other women were released to go home and she was left alone. She says when she neared delivery, she was taken to another cell in Narok town, then known as Jelandogo, where she stayed until she was taken to deliver in Narok Hospital.
Tukakuja mpaka hapa Narok. Ninavewa udungani ujole kuyo le Mau. Akanivateana hapa Narok. Nikapelekwa mpaka Morijo Luita kwa dada yake ule mkubwa.
While in prison in 1954, she received the sad news through public hearsay that her husband had been killed by the colonial administration. She remembers being taken to Entara detention camp in Narok and after a while transferred to Olokuruto detention camp, where she was released in 1956. After jail, Mama Kisio went back to her husband's home in Olopita, where she lived until in 1990s when she was evicted when the land was being subdivided. This made her to live in Majengo Estate in Narok town with her firstborn son, where she lives to date.
Tumeshinda sungu, tumepewa bendera, tumetawala. Furaha yetu ndio hiyo. Sasa nikataka kuambia serikali itukumbuke kwa kila aina, kama ni shamba, hata kama ni pesa.
She says even after joining the Mau Mau group, nothing about her life changed as she continues lavishing in poverty, as she has never got any financial support from anyone. His son Memusi KISII laments that the family still lives in poverty despite the hardship his parents went through to gain independence. He says the mother has been narrating to him how she suffered under the colonial government, but shocking enough, she has never enjoyed the fruits of independence. Andrew Kero, SHUJAA TV.
All right, my director Lynette is informing me. I said Nalok. It's Narok. Narok. Talk to me on 111 444 111. We'll be back with more in a short while. We take a short break. Thank you. All right, and welcome back. We are live on Facebook, Twitter, and on YouTube. Talk to me via SMS, that is 111 444 111. I'll be reading some of your SMSs. But right about time, we go to KISII County, where our reporter and anchor, Emmanuel Terrell, is there. Emmanuel, if you can tell us, tuambie tu tupe taswira ya mambo yalivyo kule kaunti ya KISII.
مباشرة
Alright, tunafahamishwa kwamba tutarudi kwake katika dakika kadhaa zijazo, lakini kwa sasa ni kusomea jumbe zako 2-3 ambazo unazituma kupitia 111-444-111. You're saying, Mwangi Eric from County 045, I believe that is KISII County. Live from Nakuru, Bahati, Mailitisa Ahero. Thank you so very much, Rashford Kerema. Enoch Nyangena, welcome on. There's someone who is saying, watching live from Komarok, getting you loud and clear. Your news are always on point, highly informative. Salute. Thank you, Nancy. All right, moving on. Women leaders led by Kirinyaga Governor Anne Waiguru, under the umbrella of Embraced Women Leaders, have hit out at Deputy President William Ruto and his allies over what they have termed as conducting early campaigns and those opposing the BBI report, claiming that the BBI is the only solution for passing the 2/3 gender rule, which Parliament has failed to pass for years. Daniel Kariuki reports on the BBI theatrics that are now forming the debate for 2022 succession politics.
As the much-anticipated report brought about by the famous handshake between President Uhuru Kenyatta and ODM leader Raila Odinga continues to raise tensions as the political push and pull between politicians heightens.
We are expecting that the proposals that we have made on ensuring that the 2/3 gender principle is achieved will be in the BBI report.
Don't listen to the rumor mongers. Don't listen to those who are actually interested in personal interest. Personal interest, we don't want to listen to it.
The women leaders, however, opposed the idea of scrapping off the 47 women leader position from the National Assembly and the creation of 47 positions in Senate, calling it a big loss on their end.
The women reps in the National Assembly will be scrapped. Then that is not a gain. That is not what we asked for. We don't want to lose anything that we already have. Can you imagine a National Assembly that has no women?
Wezo tukaongea tu hivi tunasema kwamba watu waingie katika BBI bila kumention ama bila kutaja watu ama wamama walio na ulemavu.
Yale matatizo nyeti ambayo pengine yangetuletea uhasama sisi kama taifa la Kenya, ikiwemo marekebisho ya mambo ya uchaguzi.
The Building Bridges Initiative, the BBI report, expected to be released in a matter of hours, if not days. The report continues to draft high political tensions between the two Kileweke and Tanga functions.
Kuna kitu wanaita BBI. Na hiyo BBI, chapter number 1 and chapter number 2 and chapter number 3 is about Prime Minister and 2 Deputy Prime Ministers. Kutafutia wanaume watatu kazi. When they are meeting in these BBI meetings, there is no barua inatakikana either kwa chief, ama kwa DCC, ama kwa OCS.
Kenyans on the street have, however, also expressed their thoughts on the much-anticipated report.
Wananchi hivi sasa wako hoi hai. Wananchi hawana vyakula. BBI kulingana mimi ni chanzo cha kuleta mamlaka kwa watu wachache wazidi kukaa kwa mamlaka, wataki kutoka.
Mimi siunge mkono. Nakataa kwa sababu nini? Ni wale watu wachache kwa serikali waliataka kukiongezea mamlaka na kuanza kutengeneza kitu ati PPI.
Mambo ya BBI tuende referendum na yenyewe mwenyewe hujui BBI iko ndani iko na nini. Tupewe kama wananchi wa Kenya, tupewe document yenyewe, tusome, tuelewe, tuache kuelezwa kitu ambao hatujaona.
The president and former opposition leader Raila Odinga are expected to release the BBI details in a few days. Daniel Kariuki for Switch TV.
Thank you, Daniel. A section of leaders from NYERI County have welcomed ODM leader Raila Odinga visit, which is expected to happen by the end of this month. Led by Mukurweini MP Anthony KIAMBU, the leaders have said they have no objection or plans to disrupt his meeting, but has hastened to add that he should observe the rule of the law.
Raila is interested in presidency. He should not waste his time in NYERI. He's just being cheated by some of the guys who are interested because of their stomach. So I'm saying, if he is going to come, let him come as a tourist, not as somebody who is coming to ask for a vote. As a tourist, he is very, very free. But for politics and whatever, I don't think he is welcome.
I know there is an issue of BBI, which is being tabled in Parliament very soon. And I want to say that when he comes, let him sensitize the people about what is the content of the BBI.
If Raila decides or wishes to visit NYERI, I think we should welcome him and listen to him, but leave the choice about whether to support his cause, whatever he is agitating for, that should be left to wananchi to decide.
And to other good news is that E-Plus has today partnered with KIAMBU County, leasing its 6 ambulances for medical assistance in the county. Speaking during the launch at KIAMBU County, the governor reiterated that the move will help improve emergency response in the county. Nyakundi Kelvin with more.
Established in 2010, E-Plus has been providing pre-hospital medical care and transportation to patients with illnesses and injuries on a commercial basis, as well as under corporate social responsibility. According to KIAMBU Governor, the move will help curb the constant failure of medical services in the county, noting that the county will improve its health services even with the increase in COVID-19 cases.
Our mandate is not asset ownership, and therefore, if the service delivery will be done by outsourcing that service to an organization such as Kenya Red Cross, then let it be, so that we can concentrate our effort to other areas that may be demanding and that may not require or they may not reach to the level of outsourcing.
The managing director, E-Plus, Susan Ngonge, has emphasized that patients will receive prompt and appropriate emergency services due to the improved fleet base from 5 state-of-the-art ambulances in the standards of basic life support to 128 ambulances spread across the country.
We have launched 6 ambulances, 1 advanced cardiac life support and 6 basic life support units that will be able to support referral and emergency response services within KIAMBU County. These ambulances will be stationed in their sub-county hospitals that have been identified, 5 of them, and it will facilitate and ease professional transportation and movement of patients from hospitals to hospitals. It is a partnership that we would like to extend to all 47 counties in this country.
With teamwork, integrity and professional excellence, E-Plus continues to partner with counties around Kenya to respond to medical emergencies through the provision of accessible, responsive and quality pre-hospital care to save lives. Nyakundi Kelvin, Switch TV.
Thank you, Nyakundi. Following an expose by media over the weekend of hundreds of girls who may miss going back to school following the FGM festival that has been ongoing in KURIA community, the government has responded by sending a high-powered government officials to assess the situation and forge a new way to save the girl child. Now, delegation led by the Gender and Public Service Chief Administrative Secretary Rachel Shebesh, Anti-FGM Chairperson Agnes Pereyo, PS Higher Learning Coletta Suda and Migori County Commissioner Boaz Cherotich, the leaders had a highly charged meeting with chiefs from across KURIA community, citing a directive from the President of No Tolerance to FGM and called on all stakeholders to join hands in fighting the menace.
There is a directive by the President to end FGM by 2022. Secondly, we've been here 3-4 times talking to chiefs and assistant chiefs. And the President sent us specifically to the chiefs and assistant chiefs because he knows those are the people who know where the homestead is, even where the cutters are. So we came because it's our job. But most importantly, what we came to say also is that because it happened, there must be some people who are culpable. It is illegal, totally illegal, to practice FGM. It's as simple as that. So even if you are not the chief and assistant chief, but you are the mother, or you are the father, or you are the auntie who, protects this system to continue, we have a very clear law that deals with even family members.
We might have to look for other alternatives where, especially if these girls can be taken away from here and even into other sub-counties or elsewhere, away from home for some time as we work on the parents to accept them back without conditions, then I think that's what we are working on.
We want to send a stern warning to all those individuals who are promoting this negative culture. And because we are being tasked with the responsibility of ensuring that we enforce them.
All right, my director is telling me it's time for business, and right about time, Clifford Dumbi is here for just that.
Good evening and welcome. We have the latest news from the business world. My name is Clifford Ndubi. Let's get started. A Ugandan galvanized wire manufacturing company is extending its business tentacles in the Kenyan market, where it's setting up a factory in Kilifi County in its aim to expand. The 2.5 billion investment was to start operations in August, but the COVID-19 pandemic disrupted its plan, but now will kick off operations in January next year, 2021.
A Ugandan galvanized wire manufacturing company is extending its business tentacles in the Kenyan market, where it is setting up a factory in Kilifi County in its aimed expansion drive.
One of the reasons why we chose to invest in Kenya is because we want to support the President's Big Four agenda on promoting manufacturing. And of course, as roofing, we've taken that initiative. And as I said, we've put up a 2.5 billion shilling investment here. In addition to creating employment opportunities, of course, having a local product means we will support import substitution, because now there's no longer need to import galvanized wire at the same value because we are getting the product made locally in Kenya.
The factory, which they are setting up in Mazera's Kilifi County, will be producing 4,000 metric tons of galvanized wire per month. There is only one galvanized wire manufacturing company in the country at the moment, which does not meet the country's demand, which is estimated at about 5,000 metric tons a month, which translates to about 4,800 metric tons a year.
Now, of course, with the 25% duty, it makes more sense for us to produce. And that's why we have production, because frankly speaking, countries like China have economies of scale. That economies of scale you cannot build it in Kenya. But of course, with the 25% protected duty, we have all the incentive to produce first-class product at a price which everybody can afford.
There was an agreement between the National Treasury and local manufacturers to cash on them from imports on understanding that there will be enough capacity to supply the raw materials. Amina Hussein, Switch TV.
Thank you, Amina Hussein. Elsewhere, as the COVID-19 pandemic bites, James KUNGU, a retired teacher and the pioneer of Roka Preparatory of Schools in Mwea, Kirinyaga County, has been over the months been praised due to the ideas of rearing chicken in classrooms, which before the pandemic was used by students, and also turned the school field into a farm where he has been growing maize, beans, cabbage, kales, and so on. Bearing in mind many of the teachers and pioneers of various schools decided to close their schools and wait for the reopening dates.
Uwanja wa shule ambao ulikuwa ni weu, ni nini ambacho ningeweza kufanya huko? Na wazo la kufuga kuku likaja moja kwa moja. Na madarasa yapatayo 6 nikaweka kuku. Na kuweka kuku kwa madarasa na kulima uwanja. Nafikiria mawazo haya mawili ndio yaligonga vichwa vya habari.
All right, after a sporty weekend, it's now time to get all the latest news making headlines from the sports world. Back to you, Frederick Muitiriri.
All right, it's time for sports. Thank you so very much. That is Clifford Dumby. And just to tell you what is happening tonight, Leeds United and Wolves are going to play at around 2200 hours, that is 10 p.m. And of course, the match that is starting right now is West Brom versus Burnley. This is the EPL, English Premier League. Yesterday, the results, you know them by now. Tottenham versus West Ham, the big match of yesterday, where Tottenham decided to throw away a 3-0 lead until the 80th minute. I'm telling you. And there was a comeback from West Ham. Big match. But more of that coming up with none other than Tony Kwalanda in just a short while. But just to remind you before I wrap up, Lynette, is it my time to wrap up? All right, just before I wrap up, thank you, Lynette. Tomorrow, we'll be starting at exactly 8 in the morning. We'll be live in KISII County. Our reporters are all over in the country. That is all the counties, and we'll be bringing you them live here in Nairobi. In the studio, we'll be here with all the anchors, so stay tuned. Tomorrow, it's a big day, MASHUJAA Day. So for all that, tegea tu hapa. Asanteni sana kwa kutizama Breaking Today. Mimi naitwa Frederick Muitiriri, mtangazaji kwa lugha ya ishara. Sio mwingine ni Teresia Washira. Kuwa na usiku mwanana. Shukran.